What's up, closers? Welcome back to Astify. Shyamdev here. Let me start with something people don't talk that often. Closers aren't born, they are trained, not by scripts, not by courses, but by perspective and the right books. If you want to get sharper at influence, if you want to sound more confident on calls, if you want to close bigger deals without sounding salesy, then you don't need more hacks. You need better mental models. And in this video, I'm breaking down the books that actually change how you think, talk, connect, and close. Let's jump in. Let's start with the book every closer eventually circles back to, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Here's why this book still wins. It teaches the one truth beginners always miss. People don't buy information, they buy emotion, connection, warmth, trust, and safety. Carnegie shows you simple things like using someone's name, making them feel understood, listening without waiting to talk, and showing genuine curiosity. And suddenly, your call stopped feeling like sales call and start feeling the conversation people want to continue. The best closers in the world, they all mastered these basics so well. People don't even notice it's happening. Next up, The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. This book is like someone finally explains what's happening inside your head and your prospect's head. Most people think sales is 80% talk. Brian Tracy proves it's 80% state of mind. Your tone, your posture, it's the way you breathe. All of it affects how confident you sound. And prospects buy confidence more than they buy products. This big idea, your inner dialogue sharpens your outer performance. If you see yourself as a high-value closer, your buyer feels it instantly. This book gives you the mindset upgrade most closers don't even realize they need. Book 3, The Way of the Wolf, Jordan Belfort. Forget the movie. This book is an instruction manual for controlling the flow of a call, the straight line system. The straight line system teaches you how to guide a conversation, how to qualify fast, how to move someone from curious to serious to committed. But here's the goal. Belfort breaks down tonality like a scientist. Once you understand tonality, why some voices feel trustworthy, why some sounds too desperate, why some people just sound expensive, your whole closing game changes. If you're doing phone calls or high-ticket sales, this book is a cheat code. Book 4, Influence by Robert Cialdini. This is the book that makes you see the world differently. Cialdini reveals the actual psychological triggers behind human decisions. Reciprocity, authenticity, social proof, consistency, liking, scarcity. These principles explain everything from why we choose brands to why we trust certain voices to why some offers feels right. Top closers use these principles without sounding manipulative. They use them to guide decisions, not force them. If you want buyers to feel pulled to your offer, start here. Number 5, The Challenger Sale by Matthew Dixon and Brent Adamson. This book flips the be friendly, be agreeable sales advice upside down. Their research found something surprising. Top performers weren't the nicest, they were the ones who challenged the prospect's thinking. They led the conversation, they taught something new, they reframed the problem. If you're in B2B, SaaS, consulting, or any industry where deals takes time, this book will change the way you approach the prospect. Challengers don't chase, challengers lead. Book 6, The New Model of Selling by Jerry O'Keefe and Jeremy Mina. Think of this book as a reality check. Your buyers today aren't the same as the buyers from 10 years ago. They are smarter, they fact check, they research you before the call. This book teaches you how to build trust in a world where everyone is skeptical. Not manipulative, not pressure, but real value-driven conversations. If your sales process relies on building relationships, this is a must-read. Book 7, To Sell Is Human by Daniel Pink. This one hits differently. Pink argues that whether you're pitching an idea, convincing a client, persuading your team, or negotiating with your parents, you're in sales. This book zooms out and shows you how human behavior works. Once you get how people think, react, and decide, closing becomes natural. Now let me give you some bonuses too. These books are the quiet weapons like top 1% closers use. Never Split the Difference by Chris Vox. It's negotiation masterclass straight from an FBI negotiator. 2. Spin Selling by Neil Rackham. especially good for long, complex, high-ticket deals. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Not a sales book per se, but a book on how to make good habits and break bad ones. Because consistency builds closers, not motivation. So that's the list. 7 core books and 3 bonuses that can quietly upgrade the way you think, talk, and close. But here's the real part most people skip. Don't try to read everything. Pick one, read it this week, take one principle from it, and test it on your next call or conversation. You'll be surprised how fast your results shift when you actually apply instead of just consume. Because at the end of the day, books sharpens you, but the action is what closes deals. See you in the next one. Keep hustling.